Well, John, great to have you with us in the train museum in Utrecht here on the ON2IT customer event. You did a great talk this morning on the zero trust concept. There was also a number of other talks on an important issue of virtualization, where the whole network and storage and compute seems to be hidden for the user. I wonder if you could tell us a bit more if zero trust and virtualization go well together or make things more complicated.
Actually, zero trust and virtualization go hand in hand. When I was designing zero trust as a concept and then as a reference architecture, I knew that virtualization was going to be huge moving forward. I'd been lucky enough early in my career to help create some of the early fully virtualized environments. And so I knew where that was going. So we wanted to make an approach to security that was modular, that could adapt to whatever changes happen technologically without having to do a lot of retrofitting. And that's what zero trust is all about. So actually the movement towards virtualization, to software-defined networkings, to fabrics makes my job as a security person easier, because I can set up a lot of policies and then through the virtual systems move traffic to the segmentation gateway or to various controls and enforce the zero trust concepts in a virtualized environment much easier than I could in a hardware configured environment where I might have to actually change some physical stuff moving forward.
Okay, makes your life easier then.
Yeah.
Okay. One other question, and maybe a silly question. I give you an example. I take my smartphone in the company and I take a photograph of a screen which is within the zero trust network evidently, and I put it on Facebook. This is a silly scenario, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. This will probably not travel on as an atom on the networks, the company's network. Is this beyond the reach of what normal security can do? Or?
Well, we can only control the data that we have, right? The data that is generated by us or that is somehow part of our environment. So that's what you're trying to do, is control the stuff that you can control. There's always going to be things that are outside of your control that you won't be able to do anything about. But most of the data breaches that happen at scale are done because massive amounts of data are stolen off of major database servers and things like that. That's what we're trying to control. There's going to be one-offs of somebody taking a picture of a screen. You probably won't be able to control that, and that's fine. What you want to do to shield yourself from all of the legal ramifications and compliance ramifications is to stop the big breaches, because that's where the massive consequences come in.
Okay, great. So you focus on what's really, and some of the things you cannot control by essence. It's inherent in that things might happen. The same as the sticky note with the password on a computer monitor is, if somebody does that, well.
Right, and that's what you want to have, is automated controls so that you know that something isn't going on quite right. I mean, person X is logging into the computer in ways that they don't normally do, so we take that as a data point and say, is person X behaving according to their role? That's what zero trust is about. It's inspecting and logging all that traffic. And actually, if you think about it, the NSA has shown us that can be done at massive scales, right? That's exactly what they're doing, is they're mirroring all the traffic that's going to various websites and bringing it into their own big data stores and then analyzing it. Well, on a small scale, we're going to do the same thing within a zero trust network. Gather all of the data that's being generated, what one friend of mine calls the IT exhaust of the network, and look at it and see, are there pieces of data in there that can help me understand how to protect the network better, or help me understand how users are behaving.
Okay, and even we've heard this morning, we've heard about Nutanix and the really big data collections like at Yahoo and Google. This is just data moving around, which seems to have no connection in itself. It's not clean packets with a request for a server. Even in those environments, it is possible to look at the data moving around and make any sense of it in a zero trust environment.
Well, yeah, because what you want to do is look at the packets, and you don't look at just one packet on its own. You have to have the context, right? So you're going to use your big data environment, what we call security analytics platform, to look at a multitude of packets and see, are there correlations between data points between packets, and say person X is using the network and they claim to be on a certain location, but we know from other travel information that they're not there, so this is a rogue user. There might be something like that we might find. So it's about uncovering those nuggets of truth that exist in the data to help us protect the data itself. Analyzing data to learn how to protect the data better.
Great. Well, thanks very much for explaining a bit more of some of the concepts around zero trust. I hope you can take one of these trains back home to your
I would love
hotel.
to. Yeah,
I'm sure they run one of these days.
Check baggage.
Okay,
yeah.
well, thanks for being with us, John.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.